Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is the day that we are doing my first ride and first impressions on the Yeti SB165. Custom built. We've got it right here. We're at the Golf here right now. Got my mate Robbie there. I'm very excited to ride it. We've got the full RockShox SRAM build kit package, MV wheels, rolling on Maxxis rubber. I've never really used a DHR2 in the rear, so we'll see how that goes. Here we've got the coil setup, Zeb up front. This thing looks insane, but will it ride insane? I do not know. We'll find out. So yeah, Yeti is a brand that I never saw myself being really interested in or buying, but I had a shot on one that was the wrong size for me a while back and I really liked it, and I thought, why not? So here we are, top of Golf 8. We're going to drop in and do all sorts of different terrain today, and we're just going to be honest about it, not holding back on any of my opinions on it. So drop a like in the video and let's get stuck into run one. Alright, let's get it. Alright, first run in on the Yeti. Some puddles, it's kind of greasy. My tyre is a bit too hard, but oh my god. This thing, that's better. Oh my god, it is good to be back on a normal bike again. Oh, listen to that NV hub singing. Oh, we got good conditions today. We're just doing this run though to break everything in, make sure nothing's falling apart. And there we have it, first run in the books. Oh man, I'm gonna love this thing. Oh yeah, I got the fresh 510 Adidas shoes. If you hadn't noticed them already, blinding you. This thing felt insane, way better than I thought.
How good was it?
Initially, yeah. Back up for run two? Right, we're back at the top for another run. This is a bit more techy. Probably put the brakes a little bit more to the test, and there's some tight sections on it, so the maneuverability of the bike is going to be something that we'll be able to see and try and getting used to this DHR2 in the rear. I'm usually used to running an Assegai front and rear, so we're pushing the boat out, doing something different. Ready?
Yeah.
Right, we are in. First techie little bit there. Whoa. Awkward there. These are tight corners. Bike did it well, or maneuvered really well there. Up high, inside. Oh, honestly, this bike is insanely quiet, and I believe a quiet bike is important. Whoa! We made it across a tricky camber. Wow, this thing pedals insanely well. Right up to speed. Hope you're enjoying the new footage too, because this is shot on a new camera from a new sponsor. Oh my god.
Something real, eh?
Brown conditions, eh? It's always tough riding a new bike, scared of that everything's gonna fall apart. Actually, it was the first time I went up the off camber, and first time I've probably put a little bit of power down.
Like across it?
Yeah, and the bike just shifts like light, like pedaled well. Like usually that's a slog, that flat. This next bit's pretty steep, very one line, very tricky. That is got a layer of slime on it. Made out of that. Oh, this bike just maneuvers well. Over the rock, easy peasy. Done second run. Brakes I've bedded in, which is sweet. Feels unreal. Like honestly, 2 runs deep and I already feel at home on this thing. But I'm quite excited to open it up on a track that has loads of berms. So we'll do that later. But this thing, honestly, this is, like I said, new for me. And it's just tough for me to get used to. 2.4 DHR2, rolls fast. But then it's quite, yeah, it's clogged up. And then the Assegai, I know it's a front, but more clearance there. So that's what I like about that. But nothing's loose. It's a flex test, you know. the Viroflex test. Yeah, good. These brakes have been insane so far. Mavens, I'm quite impressed. We'll talk a little bit about them later on a full run, but all in all, top marks. We're at the top of the next one. This one is notoriously pretty steep, so I feel like this is going to be the best test that we're going to get for the Mavens. And I'm going to try something. There's a steep section on this track, and we're going to see if we can test for the modulation of the brakes and the power. We're going to do the drop. We're going to see if we can stop and then continue. Cool little test. I feel like if you got not great brakes, you know, you don't have good caliper paired with a good rotor and pads, then you're probably not going to be able to do that as well, but we're going to give it a shot. And yeah, enjoy this one. Let's go. Right. Whoa! Oh, she corners well. Tight left. Oh yeah. Ah! Oh yeah. Into the steeps. Up high. Right. Drop. Wow, that was easy. Just tested the modulation there. This is so steep. Can't lie, bit greasy. Wasn't feeling too hot on that. That was a good test of the brakes.
Greasy, wasn't it?
Woo! Hot, but not as hot as I thought they were going to be. So that was third run? Fourth run maybe? Third run. First impressions on this are 10 out of 10. Like, I can't say anything bad about it. Tell by the grin on my face, I'm over the moon with it. Literally like the highest spec I could pretty much get a bike, and for it to turn out the way it's turned out and how it looks, but then also just how it rides, is I'm over the moon with it. I'm quite excited to pick up the speed on it a bit though. Obviously the riding I'm doing right now, I am not pushing the limit at all. I'm being quite reserved, just learning everything, learning the brakes. Brakes are incredible, super powerful SRAM Mavens. I've got 200 rotors in at the moment. I'd honestly downsize if I could a wee bit. They're very powerful. But yeah, we'll do a full run down flat white. I'm curious to just see how my fingers feel across, you know, a length of trail that I'm using the brakes a lot and dragging the brakes. Yeah, we'll see how that goes, but so far, so good. Right, well, we're a few runs deep, or more than a few runs deep at this point. Wanted to talk a little bit briefly, just quickly, about the climbing. One of the most comfortable climbing bikes or bikes that I've ever climbed on, and I've done a lot from my EWS days, from Trek to Ibis, BMC, Forbidden, to this bike, Commensal. Man, it's a lot of bikes. Propane. This is, yeah, the most comfortable bike I've climbed. I guess it's what's called a seat angle. It's not too slack, not too steep, and I'm on a size large, and I'm 5'11", and I weigh 86 kilograms. We're dropping the weight slowly. Yeah, perfect size. I'm so glad I went for a size large, and it just feels really nice to climb. Pedals really well as well on the sections of trail that I need to pedal and get some speed up. It's a light bike, I'm not sure how heavy it is, but on the lighter side with this build. I also wanted to quickly mention that if you're new here, I do not have any bike sponsor, meaning frame. I buy my bikes, which is very unique, or kind of rare for a professional mountain bike rider to do that, and usually you have a frame sponsor that supplies you with frames, but I don't have that. The industry, I mean, whatever, is struggling apparently, so yeah, there's not much money floating about on that front, but it gives me the flexibility and fun to be able to do videos like this and be honest with you all. But this Yeti is a dream. so far so good. Definitely glad I bought one. And would I buy another one? Yes. Would I recommend you to buy one or try one? Yes. You can try one or demo hire at Ride in Olethen, based in Olethen. Check them out on the Instagram page, or just Google Ride in Olethen. Give them a ring, and I highly recommend booking one to try it out. Seriously, you would not regret it. I wanted to mention quickly about the coil shock. There is a open and firm setting on this. I actually forgot, but I have not used the firm setting for climbing, which I normally would. But when I'm climbing, there's like barely any bob at all, which is nice. So I think that's why it climbs so well. The shock just works perfectly. 550 spring rate thing works awesome, honestly. Set up really well. Oh, it just looks good. Proper race bike set up, that. I mean, I can see why Richie Rude does so well. Obviously he's great rider, but the bike has to help too. Drop a like on the video if you love the look of this thing. Right, up a flat white. We're going to do a full rundown and see how this thing corners. It's going to be quite greasy today, so be mindful of that. Wow! That rear tyre is not gripping as much as I'm used to with an Assegai, but oh my, this thing corners insanely fast. Well, it's greasy. Whoa. Ah. Whoa. Lost the back end. Oh, it's so slick. Whoa. Wow. But holy, that felt insane. Whew. That track is like a track that you drag the brakes on quite a lot, and I never felt any change in the feel or power of the brake, which is nice. Lever stayed consistent, didn't get hand pump. That rear tyre, I'm not used to it. It's not as rounded, like the carcass of the casing of the tyre isn't as rounded as an Assegai, so I lost my rear end in a corner again, but definitely rolls fast. Front wheel grip, insane, and just balance of the bike in general. Set up the suspension like pretty close, and I feel like I've done a really good job of the balance. Like, that's how much travel I'm using. Max travel is way up here, so I'm where I should be. It feels comfortable anyway, like small bump sensitivity and big hits. Honestly, unreal like morning on the bike. First ride, breaking it in. Thoroughly impressed. Right, so yeah, first ride on the SB165 in the books. Feel like I got a bit more confident on that last run just to up the pace a little smidge. I'm not going to rant on too much more about this, just get the video done, but just quickly say the bike is unreal. By far, probably the best handling enduro bike I've ever rode. Incredible. Tracks well. The mullet setup is something that I can't get away from. I'm sure that the SB160, the 29er, is great, but this for me, for cornering and on tech nibbly stuff, I can maneuver the bike wherever I want it. Obviously full carbon fiber frame, lightweight, no internal routing apart from the back brake a little bit. Bike's quiet, silent. Blown away, unreal. So yeah, bike was 10 out of 10. I can't complain about anything on the bike or how it performed. I do know that yes, it was my first ride on it, so there's still time for possibly something to happen or go wrong. I can only go off my experience so far. Very happy. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Drop a like on the video and comment below. Let me know what you'd like to see next. We have a super cool April coming up. Rammed, busy with stuff, races or one race, and then a bunch of other trips, which is cool. So we'll bring back a race vlog, race video, which will be really, really cool. So stay tuned for that. And the way you can do that is by subscribing. A lot of you that watch my videos are not subscribed, which is fair enough. And to you that are subscribed, thank you. But if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Helps a lot, helps the channel grow. Yeah, let's keep this thing going. So peace out. See you in the next video.